Welcome back. This is challenge slide number 3. So we got to get the marbles to go down this chute right here, okay? So obviously we got to get the marbles to come down here and then roll that away. All right, so if we bring down a line that's going to go from, well, if we start right at 12, it's going to split some of the marbles this way and some of the marbles that way. So let's go ahead and drop it down one. So if we go with a slope of 1/2, and have it go through here at 11, that should work pretty well. So let's give that a go. So in other words, let's go y equals -1, oops, put the negative in, -1 divided by 2x, okay? And then let's go plus 11. Okay, looking good. Now I'm going to have to restrict our domain, obviously, because otherwise our marbles are going to get here and stop. So let's go ahead and say, okay. Let's see, looking like 2. So if I go x is less than 2, that should work pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and give that a go and see how that works. And like, oh, almost, but some of them rolled past. Okay, now there's a very cool feature is that the Desmos is not a function plotter. It will plot things that are not functions. In particular, it'll plot vertical lines. So I can keep it from rolling off of there because look, my problem is right now I do pretty good through the first two, and then all my marbles start going off to the side there. So I can make myself a chute here. So I notice I go with 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I put in the line x equals 7, notice that it's going to put in a vertical line there and block it off from doing that, okay? Just for fun, don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and put a chute down the other side of it. So let's go x equals, I think it's 5 there, not 5, excuse me, 6. And I'm going to have to put a range restriction because look, now all the marbles are going to get blocked off. They're not going to go down my chute. But if I come in here and go, okay, I want my y's to be less than, let's see, that's 8, 9, 10. My y is less than 10. Notice that now I made a barrier, a wall for the other side, okay? In good form is a way to close off my brace. So notice that that's a range restriction, not a domain restriction, okay? Very cool, kind of a neat feature in Desmos. So go ahead and launch. And look at that, I pop them all down the pipe and life is good, okay? All right, sweet. Now again, that is not a unique solution. There are other ways of doing this. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, this one's pretty challenging. I gotta get the marbles over here and then down, okay? So I'm gonna have to slide them over until they get over to this end of the world and then turn around and bring them back down the other way, okay? All right, so how do we go about doing that? Well, let's think about the first line, okay? So the first line, I'm going to start it down. Again, I'm going to drop down 1. I'm not going to start it right here because I'll split some of my marbles off. So if I come down 1, and then I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if I drop down 5, well, let's go one more, go down 6. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so yeah, you know, I think if I just make life easy here, let's go y equals -1/2. Because that's roughly -1/2, okay? And then let's slide that bad boy up to +9. Oops, +9, hit the right thing. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, okay? So if you think about how I got from here to here, let's try that again. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's -1/2, right? Because I did a rise of -5 and a run of 10, so that's a slope of -1/2. Okay, now cool. Now that gets my marbles over to here. Now I got to make it so they come back down the other way. So I'm going to have that line stop right about here, which looks like it's at about 11. Excuse me, 10. Sorry about that. So let's go x is less than 10. That might be a little too far. I may need to go by x is less than 9 because I don't want to overshoot it, okay? All right, cool. So now I got that. Now what? Now I got to get a second line in there that comes down and gathers these guys. Okay, so let's get the slope between our stars here. And we see the slope between our stars is going to be what? Well, it's going to be a rise of 1 and a run of 2. In other words, if I come from this star right here, I rose 1 and went to my run of 2, or I had a run of 2 and a rise of 1. However you slice it, it looks like the slope is equal to 1/2. So I get y equals 1 divided by 2. Oh, come on now. Let's start that over. There we go. 1 divided by 2 of x. Okay, looking good. but I need to get a different intercept. So if I go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, it looks like I'm hitting the y-axis at -2. All right, I think that's going to work. Let's give it a go. Yeah, bada bing, bada boom, got it done with 2 lines. Okay, all right, so that's good for challenge slides 2 and 4. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Again, keep working them on your own. Only look at these if you need to.